Welcome to Capital Talk, a program we hope will have an impact on the future of Kenya. And now, more than ever, I'm Jeff Koinange. Now, all this week, if you've been watching Capital Talk, and we hope that you have, you know, it's all about the entertainers, the funny folks, people who make us laugh, who keep us entertained. But at the end of the day, there's a message for the nation, for the future of the nation. And on this day, it's a character you all love. And I know this for sure because everywhere I go, I hear about this character. Now, he's been in theater more than 20 years. That's right, started off at Phoenix, went on to form Pambazuka. And then about 3.5 years ago, they started a show on Citizen TV that's become one of the most popular across the nation. It's that lovable character. You all know him. That's right, the guy known as Papa Shirandula. But my character here doesn't only do that. He does ads. In fact, the latest Coke campaign, something I didn't know, but I do now. That character who's always going brrrr, he's the guy, the man behind the voice and the face. He's become so famous, not only in Kenya, across Africa and the world, keeping Kenya's flag flying, keeping Kenyans entertained. He's our man on the bench today, wasting no more time. His real name, actually, is Charles Bukeko. You know him better, simply as Papa Shirandula. My brother, welcome to the bench.
Thank you so much.
That's fantastic. You have done so well, my brother.
Oh, thanks so much.
Yeah, you are the talk of the town.
Really? Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. I'm humbled.
You know, you are as humbled as your character in Papa Shirandula. You say he's a nice guy. Or
Yes.
he's trying to be a nice guy.
Yes, Papa Shirandula is a nice guy. He's just one Kenyan who is going through hardships.
Like
but
everybody else.
Yeah, but he can afford to smile, you know. He can afford to laugh despite the fact that he's going through hardships. But the only thing is that he tries to live beyond his means, you know. Yeah, that is what Papa Shirandula is. And that is what most of us Kenyans are, you know. Yeah.
Now tell me something, Papa. You started this program at a time when local production was not very popular in Kenya.
Yeah. In fact, when I came with the concept, I presented my concept to Wachira Waruru, the MD at Raw Media.
Yes.
It was like I was just trying, you know, testing the waters. Yeah, let's see if it can work. And then Wachira was like, let's take a risk. Let's take a risk. Because that time nobody was appreciating Kenyan local production and all that. Guys were like, you know, Wild Rose and all these other foreign, these Caribbean movies.
Correct.
And whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody ever appreciated local production. So when we started the thing, I told Wachira, now, why don't we try and do a trailer? We did a trailer. Yeah, we just did a trailer. And Raw Media was also launching another show, local production at that time, Inspector Mwala. So on the launch, we put our trailer on. And guys were like, oh, okay, now this one, when is it coming? And that is how Papa Shirandula started.
Tell me something. Was it a hit from the beginning?
It was a hit even before it came on air.
Wow.
Yeah, because I remember there were sponsors like scrambling to come on board before we were supposed to air it. And that was a big challenge because that is not what we had expected.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It was a big challenge and we were scratching our heads now where this story is coming from now. We sat down again and said, I think we need to do a concept that at least children, parents can watch at the same time. Because I remember when I was growing as a small boy, there were certain programs that used to come on TV and then Daddy anakuuliza, sasa, kwani una homework? And it's Christmas Day, can you imagine? He's trying to tell you to go and sleep because this program is not for you. Yeah. So when Papa Shirandula came, we were like, now, why don't we just do a concept that even children can enjoy their parents, you know? But again, we placed the concept on a kawaida Kenyan man, kawaida Kenyan life. Yeah. You know, Kenyans can always look at the program and say, ay, nilipitia hapo. I know somebody who went through that, you know. So that is what it is. Yeah. That is what Papa Shirandula is all about.
And the themes, where do you get the material from?
Materials, we develop the materials with, Wachira is very much involved, by the way. Me, Wachira, and the producer. We just look at sceneries. I mean, what are these issues that happen? Now, Papa Shirandula in the program stays in a slum in Kawangware. A place that is inhabited with so many Luyas called stage 2 Humondo. You know, Humondo ni that ka gizzard.
Okay.
And you know the gizzard to a Luya,
Yes.
the chicken gizzard, is a very serious thing.
Yeah.
When the guy comes at home, the main guy of the house, and anasikia kuku imechinjwa na hamundo hale, you know.
Naka haiko.
Yeah, problems. Hey, those are problems, chief. He can even eat it before he starts washing his hands. He throws it in the nini.
Yeah.
So luyas are a lot of luyas stay in stage 2 Humondo. So I decided now, why don't we just place it there? And then from there we can have stories. Of course, we had to research a lot.
Sure.
Most of the people who stay there are almost doing the kind of job Papa Shirandula does, meaning that during the day they are, they are free and all that. And again, the lives of most of us, especially from these western sides, we come along alone in Nairobi to work, and we leave our wives there. Hapa Nairobi unaanguka na kangine unanyamaza. So again, at the end of the day, sometimes you find this one in Nairobi doesn't know the other one at home.
Right.
So because of that, again, you find we talk too much. And then in the process of talking, we lie a lot. So in order to come out of that, you just cover that lie with another lie. So the lies pile,
Which is very typical Kenyan.
Of course.
Now tell me, when you walk down the streets, do people call you Charles or do they call you Papa Shirandula?
In fact, most of the people, even some of my friends, surprisingly, have forgotten that I'm called Charles Bukeko. Yeah. Even my children sometimes call me Papa. Apart from Daddy.
Yes.
It's Papa.
That's fantastic.
People have forgotten I'm called Charles Bukeko.
Okay. You must tell me about this Coke ad. This is a phenomenon, this Coca-Cola concept, the whole campaign.
Okay.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. How did it come about?
We did. This is a second This is a second ad. The first one we did it in Zanzibar. I got
what, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, 3-4 years ago. I got a call from some company called Blue Sky. They told me to come and meet a director from America called Eric. Now, I met Eric, and he was like, he wants to do an ad. And the ad has to be African. And he was looking for this buffoon kind of African leader, And he was like, he wanted to place it around the coastal area. So this buffoon guy, the African leader, is a guy who is too much. His powers entered him so much. And he has a very great following. So this guy is coming from a rally, political rally, and is working with his fans and supporters in between a town. And it's very hot. Yeah. So this guy walks in a shop and orders for a Coke. Imagine, he's so selfish. He's left all the crowd outside, but he's just going to the shop to order one Coke for himself. So he's been talking so much, and he's very exhausted. So he takes the cold Coke, and then the Coke goes down, and then there's this shiver, a chill, and then it goes like. So while we were developing the concept, I was like, okay, fine. How does it feel when you take a cold Coke and you're so exhausted? How does it feel, that chill? Just going like this is not enough.
Right.
I just did, and then I think that one, I think we can go with that one. And that is how it started.
And now everybody's doing the brrr.
Everybody's doing the brrr. And I remember sometime I was told by the Coca-Cola Nairobi that, you know what, that ad of yours, it has won 2 awards. It was voted the best ad, or the best creative ad in the world, twice. So because of that now, we want to go with you in Mauritius, because we are going there to have like a small workshop and meeting and all that. So when we went to Mauritius, it was so much, it was good. Okay, guys were there, almost everybody who matters in Coke was there. And they were talking a lot about that kabr. So we were there for 4 days, and nobody knew I was there. Yeah? In fact, I was just interacting with these guys, but
they didn't know.
They didn't know. Until the last time, I remember Judy Cairo, the lady at the Coca-Cola here in Nairobi. The last sitting was he told me, now I think this is now your time. I want you to put the costume and go on stage and just do brr and then go away. So on the last day, I put on my costume, the costume I used when I was shooting the Coke in Zanzibar, and then I went on stage. Guys were like, oh yeah, okay. I came on stage, took a Coke, took the Coke and brr, and then I walked out. And then the Coca-Cola president was like, I mean, this guy, where was he? We did come. We came with him from Nairobi. Actually, he's been around for a week now. Oh, okay. And then they were like, okay, fine now. Why don't we do another good one? Yeah?
Because they liked it.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't we do another good one?
Yeah.
And then after some time, we was taken to South Africa. I stayed there for around 2 weeks. We did, actually in South Africa, we did 4 versions. We did the brr, the first brr, the one that is now showing.
Right.
We did another one, not for Kenya, and the 2 other one, promotion in Joburg. So we shot the other ones in Cape Town, and the other 2 were in Joburg.
The one with the Japanese, it looks like a UN delegation or
Yes,
something.
exactly.
Was that shot in Cape Town?
Yeah, that was shot in Cape Town. Yeah, that was shot in Cape Town.
Let's come back to that performance on stage.
Yeah.
When you said that, what did they applaud? Did they clap? Did they cheer? What did they do?
You know, they
Were
were
they shocked?
They were shocked. They were confused because they didn't know where it come from.
Right.
You know, I remember some lady was telling me, I mean, you know, when you came on stage, I thought I was watching TV. I didn't know you were around. I mean, you're the guy who used to talk to me at the reception here. You're the guy who came and asked me for the t-shirt because, you know, they were front office girls and then, you know, they were serving us so much a lot. So we became friends, but she didn't know I was the one.
They
you
had
know?
no idea.
She had no idea I was the one. She was like, oh my God. Yeah. She didn't know I was the one.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you become a celebrity, Charles.
Really? Thank you.
And not just in Mauritius, South Africa.
Yeah.
What do they think of you when they see you over there?
In South Africa also, I did another Vodacom ad. It was also depicting a character of a dictator. And this time round, it was like Idi Amin himself. Idi Amin himself.
You seem to fit in these roles for some reason.
Well, yeah, fitted in those roles, especially Idi Amin roles, because when I was shooting the Vodacom, Adrian, the director, he also worked in the Last King of Scotland crew. Yeah. He was telling me like, I wish we knew you when we were shooting that Last King of Scotland. Yes. I think you'd have done that part.
You would have been.
You are it. You are him now. You know. He was telling me that. I said, yeah, sour too.
You could have won that Oscar.
Yeah, I would have won.
And tell me about the Vodacom ad. Is it a good ad?
Well, it is. It is a very, very brilliant. It's a very good ad. It's about this dictator character. He's a leader of a country, and he's very uncomfortable about new technology. So this
Sounds
time,
very familiar.
Yeah. This time round, the guys who are coming with technology, they're trying to introduce a phone. So the word goes around, and you know, there are billboards around, and the guys are talking. All the people are talking about this phone. According to him, is like this phone is going to bring problems in his rule. You know, he's like, no, nothing like that will happen. It will never happen. Yeah. So another time he comes around, and then somebody gives him a phone, a mobile phone, and then he presses a button. When he does press the button, his favorite song comes out. The Macarena, and then he goes like he's dancing. I mean, and then after dancing the song, he's like, I think we let's go on with this phone. I mean, it's a good idea.
So
it's a good idea. The technology, everything is very good.
And that is playing all over Southern Africa.
Yeah, it's doing very well in the whole of Southern Africa.
My friend, you've arrived.
You've
arrived.
I'm yet to get there.
Okay. Charles Bukeko or Papa Shirandula. I want to talk more about that. And also, where do you want to take Papa Shirandula? How many more seasons can a show like that have? Because after a while, are you going to run out of material? And also, the quality out there, the talent. You see a lot of talent out there, but first we'll take a break.
Okay.
You know him better as Papa Shirandula. Charles Bukeko has come into his own, doing not only television and theater, but also ads, huge ads. He's a huge star, and he's on the bench. You cannot find these kinds of guests anywhere else. And they're entertaining us all this week on Capital Talk. This is where it all happens, so don't even think of going away, because we are back in a moment. And welcome back to Capital Talk. It's a good one this week. The entertainers, people who make us laugh. But at the end of the day, there is a message. Don't forget, we've got one of the best on the bench today. He's only 45 years old. You know him simply as Papa Shirandula. Real name, believe it or not, Charles Bukeko. So, when people see you in the streets, again, walking down the streets, do they know you did the Coke ad? Do they know you're the Coke guy?
I was so surprised you didn't even know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You know, Papa Shirandula and Charles Bukeko are two different guys. Papa Shirandula is some primitive kind of character. He's a guy that was brought up in the western side of Kenya, Mumias in particular. So he's the shags guy.
Yeah, proper shags.
Lakini ni mjuaji sana. Ni manga.
Manga
oshago. And then, you know, this guy comes in Nairobi and he fits very well with the pace, quickly, despite hiyo ufala yake. Anafita raka. Yeah. So, that is what Papa Shirandula is. Like, I went to Mumia sometime and guys were like looking at me like, you know, and then they were telling me like, hey, bwana, you know, the way they put it in Luya. Bwana, umetuweka kwa map ya Kenya. Hata sio Kenya, Afrika. Hata siku hizi watu waweta focus wa CNN wakisoma, wanasema na Mumias pia kutakuwa na mawingu na manyunyu.
Yani uko pale ndani.
Exactly. Kabisa. So Papa Shirandula, for those who don't know me, cannot know me when I'm walking past. Some of them tell me, okay, they are told, unajua huyu anapita, huyu ni Papa Shirandula. Hapana, ule jamani mzee sana.
So you've managed to separate yourself from that character.
Yeah, and I pray that I'll faithfully do that. Because again, you know, Papa is not Bukeko. Because Bukeko is a married man with two beautiful children, with one beautiful wife. That is Charles Bukeko. Papa Shirandula is another person. Huyu ni mtu mwingine, is a polygamous, and then bado anatafuta bibi. You know, one time, sometimes Papa, when he has too much pressure from his wife, he gets another wife. Hiyo ndio dawa. So most people don't know me, unless maybe you see me most of the time.
Right.
But once in a while, like I pass like this, it's very, very difficult to notice me, especially with my specs.
So no one comes up to you and says, brrr.
They do. A lot of people come.
Do they?
A lot of people come. A lot of people challenge me. They ask me to do that. But most of them are children. Yeah, watoto, I can't pass. I must do it.
You must.
I just must do it. Yeah.
So 2.5 years later, where do you want to take this Papa Shirandula? I mean, is the material like endless? You can talk about it forever?
Yeah, our concept is endless until we die. Yeah, and we intend to take it, like now, what we're doing at Citizen, we've not been given a time limit. So it's us to say, okay, fine, tumechoka, ama tumelemewa. We've been given that room to do a lot, actually. And I don't think we can run out of material. Because, you know, so much happens around.
Absolutely.
So many things happen. This is Kenya, bwana. So many things happen.
Right.
There are so many bad things that happen, but we want to, you know, like put humor in them. Because at times you go out there and see what people watch, especially, and, you know, all in all is just, they're just laughing. They're just laughing to themselves, you see. So maisha ni ngumu bana, lazima tufanye watu wafurahi. At least for once.
Absolutely. Do you find a lot of people now trying to imitate your programs, a lot of other copycat programs?
Well, our concept is a bit difficult. Our concept is difficult.
Right.
And I think anybody who wants to copy it atakuwa mehata. Ataweza. Because we did research a lot. And what we do in our program is actually what happens. See ati ni comedy tu tunaenda tunafanya. Or we are not the kinds of people who want to imitate people. Yeah. Ours is real life situations. This is what has happened, and how do we bring it now out? When we bring it out, somebody can say, my neighbor went through that. That is what we do, and that is our strength.
Now, Sasa, do you have a script? Do you actually have script for your shows, or you improvise?
No, we have script. Hey, Maze, concept like that one, you don't have a script, you'll have problems. Because the kinds of guys we work with are not very normal. They can go overboard. So you actually have to get a script. You have to get a script. Even with the scripts, sometimes they want to go overboard. No, hey chief, wewe nani, you end up pole pole, go around here. don't go overboard.
Smooth.
Yeah, enda pole pole bwana. Si ni hapa tu tunafanya. Hapana ni kuimprovise. Hapana, enda na script. Because without a script, I think we'll be in problems.
Sure.
We'll really be in problems. Especially with my wife, Will Broder. I think we'll have a problem. So we are very strict with our scripts, and everybody has to work around the scripts. Yeah.
Now, do you, at the end of the day, do you find the reception for local production? Because 20 years ago, we never liked it. We talked about it. We never liked local production, but now everybody wants local.
Yeah, everyone. We started it, and I'm very, very proud about that because we tested the water and we saw like it's working. Now everybody else is coming on board. Now that is one. Two, I'm very, very happy because it's creating jobs for artists. Yeah. But my worry is, are we going to sustain that? You remember there are times when people started these saloons za nywele. Everybody was doing it. Mpaka kwa kiosk. Mpaka kwa mlango na funguo unaona saloon. And then after some time they died off. So my worry is, are we going to sustain the local production? Because again, the other good advantage is that most cooperative sponsors have come in and they are putting their money in our local production. That is one very good thing. So kazi ni kwetu. Yeah, are we going to sustain that?
That's the challenge.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Also, 20 years ago, you wouldn't find work like you're doing today. So obviously the industry has opened up.
It has opened up.
That's a great thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Very encouraging. It's very encouraging. Like even other production, you find most of the people we were with in theater are also calling shots in the other productions. You see, like they can sit down and come up with concepts. They can sit down with their producers and develop concepts and write scripts, and maybe go and act them out. Kitambo ilikuanga you come, you're given a script na ingi line unafanya inatokea huku inaenda hivi, but you have to do it, But these days I'm happy because we are involved. Like in our program Papa Shirandula, I'm so much involved. I'm very, very much involved, as in from production to acting to everything. You see, like when it comes to also casting, we also have to agree, who are you bringing on board?
Correct.
Is that character, is he going to appeal? Because most of the time, especially something like this concept of ours, see what on a typecast. Typecast is, if I want somebody like Jeff, I just come to you. Yeah, I tell you, Chief Maze, we don't do auditions. This part is yours. Come with kuja uchape.
Any urafiki.
Si urafiki. It's you.
Yeah.
We don't want to come and start teaching you about characterization na nini. It's you we want.
Yes.
Just come and get your lines and act them out. Yeah. That is what we do. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Young people watching you now, Papa Shirandula, people obviously who want to go into theater, who want to go into this, what encouragement do you give them? What advice do you give them?
Life in our industry is easy, it's simple, and at times it can throw somebody off. I've seen most of them come and they make it very quickly, and then within some time you never hear about them. Because again, they come, okay, fine, this small money, you can afford to take your girlfriend out, you can afford to hang her a lot, you can afford to drink if you're drinking. And then mostly you find also when you walk in town, people tend to notice you so much. And then inaingia hapa. Ikisha ingia hapa, unajipata uko kule chini. So what lacks, the only advice I can give them is, this thing is good. But until you're disciplined and focused, you can never make it. Never, ever. You'll be very good. Within 3 months on screen, people will be asking, Jeff kwani aliendaga wapi? Alihata deadly. Tunamwambia tu alihata deadly. So that is what happens actually. There are so many temptations around and there's so much happening. So it's upon you as a person. You also need to ask yourself, now that I'm in this one, how do I want to see myself in the next 3 years? Yeah? Again, also, you also need to ask about you ask yourself, our programs sometimes are tricky. You'll be hitting 2 years. After 3 years, you're nowhere. Yeah. You need to ask yourself, so in case that happens, what happens to you? Yeah. Now talking about investment, correct. The little you get, you have to put aside, to help you, to survive. Yes. Tumekula ngumu hiyo 20 years yet mbaya. Yeah, mbaya sana. Tumekula ngumu.
But you've learned the hard way.
Yeah, me, I'm one very lucky actor because most of the people who handled me were very good people. talking about Dr. J.P.R. Ocheng Odero, talking about James Falkland, talking about now Washira Waruru.
Yes,
you see?
yeah.
You know, those are guys that, they are very focused. They'll give you their life history, where they came from, and why they are where they are today.
Correct.
You know, that is a very good learning experience, especially for artists. You know, sisi wani maisha ni hivyo. Si mimi ni star. Wacha tuendelee kuishi. Sinisha arrive. Unaiti audition, naambia ni audition. Unaniiti audition aje? Wewe niambie na kuja kushoot lini? Kwani hunijui? Hata supermarket hautaki kupanga line. Juu unajulikana.
Unaenda pale mbele.
Kwani hunijui au nimezei?
That is so true. Okay. People in your position, Papa Shirandula, the next phase, is it to make a real length movie, a full feature movie, or that is not in your cards?
Well, what I intend to do, God willing, I would love to start a production house, and want to really diversify. I want to do a lot. Is it filming? Is it what? Because of Jeff, I can't be on screen all my life, Wana.
Yeah, it's like me.
Yeah.
It's like me.
Yeah, I can't be on screen all my life.
Life.
Yeah, exactly. Our life is short, Bana, on screen. Yeah. So I would want to maybe work behind the screen, behind the camera, a lot. So I intend, God willing, maybe having my own production house and doing a lot.
Fantastic.
Around the same.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, more ads are coming, right? You're still shooting Coke Part 3, CG Part 4.
Yeah, I should be touring Asia in June. I'm going there to do a lot of activation, Coca-Cola activations, and also a few advertisement Coca-Cola. And then from then, I think I'll be coming back. So, Coke iko.
Yo, chapa iko.
Tuko now. We are in a good relationship with Coke at the moment.
Yes.
We are doing a lot.
And I'm sure people are asking you, so Papa Shirandula, do you get Coke for life? Do you get free Coca-Cola for life?
Well, iyo iko. Iyo iko.
Yani nyumbani hamukunywi kitu kingine?
Coke tu.
That is fantastic. Having one of our own up there.
I tell you.
That's a good feeling.
Thanks so much.
20 years ago, did you think you'd be where you are today?
No, it never occurred to me. Because the kind of life I went through while in theater, it was very hard. Very, very hard. You couldn't imagine even you could own a bicycle. It was so hard. Because again, we used to do shows and plays and all that. But the focus wasn't there. And the structures in the industry were not there. And that that in itself made so many corporate sponsors to be a bit aloof. And I remember there are times we really used to really hustle to put shows on stage. And it was very hard. It was really, really hard. I couldn't imagine I would be where I am today. But thank God. Ndio ninaelekea pale.
My brother, congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Keep it up, man.
Thanks so much.
What a character. Charles Bukeko, a.k.a. Papa Shirandula, a.k.a. the Brr guy. My goodness, what a career. And he says he's not even there yet. He's still on his way. Most important thing Charles says is discipline and focus. If you're in this industry, whatever industry you're in, that's what it's all about, discipline and focus. It's the only way we can move ahead as a nation, and he's proved it. What a guest, what a show, what a week it's turning out to be on Capital Talk. You cannot find these kinds of guests anywhere else but on the award-winning station, K24, where we are all Kenyan.
All the time.
Capital Talk is recorded at the Fairview Hotel, the country hotel in town.